Hi, BOT220. How are you? I just wanted to touch base and just we're going to talk just about some due dates and some of the expectations. Today is the 15th, and we have some things due. Hopefully you can see my screen. I'm just going to look at the syllabus here, and on the syllabus today we have due for today is going to be the PowerPoint. To look at the PowerPoint, and I'm going to explain right now the importance of the looking over the PowerPoint. So I'm going to just bring up the PowerPoint, and this is the chapter 2, and there's a reason why I assigned the PowerPoint. Is it goes through a lot of the concepts such as using templates, when creating an outline view, to different views, different section headings. So what it does is it gives the overall concepts of the chapter, and then the next assignment, which is one of the assignments each week, is the simulation. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus here, and so it's the PowerPoint, which you really want to look over. That's important because I've used a lot of PowerPoint, but there's certain features that I haven't used in quite a long time. So it's good to review, and then that's when I would go on to the hands-on videos, and usually there's 3 videos, and you get graded on that, and it's step by step on what you're going to be asked to do later on in the grader project. So today, the PowerPoint, you reviewing it, it's not graded. You could also look at the objective mapping, which is on the white pages of the book that you should have received. And then you go through the simulation. The simulation goes step by step, and you could go back and they ask you to click on. It's really step by step. The grader project is more of a let's call it a test. It's an assessment, and that's where I can't really help you out in terms of it's a test. So I have received some emails, and I'm looking for everybody to be successful, but I cannot walk you through for 2 steps, 4 steps on a test. It's an assessment, and it's got to be fair to everybody. And I'm not, there's been, I've taught many sections of this. I had teachers teach other sections at the same time, and I've had to do common assessments. So it is an assessment. If you're having a problem, I could certainly lead you to any resources within the PowerPoint, within the simulation, within the book. But what I can't do is coach you through a test and give you the answers. And I've had a few students asking me, and I'm looking for everybody to be successful, and you will be. But what I can't do is on an assessment walk you through step by step. So I'm going to go back. So this is the PowerPoint. You want to first look at the PowerPoint, and then the objective mapping in the book, and then do the simulation training, which is due today for chapter 2. And let's see. I'm sorry. The grader project is due next week. Just the simulation, the PowerPoint, looking over the objective mapping, which is in the white pages of your book, is due, and the simulation training. And if you do the simulation training, pretty much everybody gets 100 on it because it walks you through step by step. Next week, the grader project is due. If you're having trouble, with the syllabus, it's in the content area under resources in Blackboard. It's there. I try to provide as many resources as I can. Of course, this is an online class, so we don't have that connection face to face. So just make sure you're keeping on top of the syllabus. This is the My IT Lab. I have specific due dates on when things are due. For example, today we have the review the PowerPoint, do the hands-on activities, which I call a simulation, and then next week is the grader project. So I just want to touch base, make sure everybody's, a lot of students have contacted me, and I'm willing to help wherever I can. But again, you can't. Everybody's in a different place. I got students in chapter 1. I got students that I have a student that emailed me today that wants to take the midterm, which he or she certainly can. If you're proactive, that's fantastic. But what I can't do is say, okay, could we set up a meeting where we could go through step 8, step 11, and step 13? I can't do that. This is an assessment. It's like a test, and unless you have an accommodation of some sort, I can't take the test. I can't walk you through a test. And the good news is if there's something that you're struggling with, and you feel that my IT lab you took points off for whatever reason, it's very simple. I think I went through it. For those of you that have not weren't on a meeting or missed it, all you have to do is you select the certain chapter that you're on. For example, I had a student ask me about chapter 3 today. You would go on and you would browse, you would find your local that file that you submitted, and then you would write. They took 4 points off on step 14, and I believe that I put this picture in the appropriate location and I cropped it. At that point, I go in, I could see your submission, and then I can say, okay, you know how to put it in a picture. I'm not going to take off points for that. So that is, I just want to touch base. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But again, keep close view on the syllabus and my IT lab, the due dates, because you don't want to really fall behind with on the calendar. And some students will say, I understand life's busy, but and we get thrown curveballs. I'm totally understanding, but to a point. I can't. I'm looking for you to all be successful, but I just can't hand out an A to everybody if you haven't learned the concepts, and that's part of the course, and that's what an online course is. So, any questions, certainly email me. But unfortunately, I cannot meet with you virtually. I could give you the resources and tell you where to look and where you might be going wrong, but I cannot take a step and say, okay, let me do this for you. I cannot do that because it's not fair. So that's it. Any questions, certainly contact me, email me. I hope you guys are doing well, and I guess I'll talk to you later. Bye.